Hi everyone, my name is Ishan Arora, and today I have a very special guest with me, a person who recently gave the FRM exam and cleared it with a top quartile in all the four subjects. And she has been a very diligent student throughout. She has done a lot of great work with respect to her studies and has, just succeeded very well in the exam. So a lot of people have a lot of questions regarding FRM, who should do it, what is the strategy, should I do it or not, what is the package that you could expect after level 1 or level 2. So we'll take all these questions with Miss Aishwarya, and we hope that you really like this session. So, hi Aishwarya. Before we begin,
Hi, Ishan.
I would like that you give the audience a little insight about yourself. Like, what do you do? Everything about whatever you like.
I am basically an engineer by qualification. I completed my MBA Finance after that. And through campus, I got into a credit rating agency with which I've been working for more than 6 years now, mostly in credit risk projects. And to be very honest, I did not know about FRM till I joined this company. I was only aware about CFA. About FRM, I got to know through my colleagues in office only. And
Okay.
that is when I actually started deciding decide that is when I actually started researching about it and
Then
went
you
for
gave
it.
the exam and you cleared it.
Yeah.
So one could say that the importance of FRM is now rising because a lot of people know only about CFA. But now FRM is
True.
rising. All right. Okay, so I've divided this video into two parts. One is for those who are thinking to give FRM because not everyone has made up their minds. And then the second part is for those who have made up their minds, who are planning to give the exam next year or after some time. So before I begin, the most important question is who should do FRM? Like who should become a financial risk manager or who should appear for this exam?
Just to give you an idea, before I was really torn between CFA and FRM. What I did was I did my own personal research. I went through YouTube videos, I went through articles, I went through the curriculum of both the exams. And in CFA, I realized that most of the things I had already covered, which were related to corporate finance and all, which I did not see, to be utilizing going forward in my future, having spent 5 years in credit risk. So that is why I chose FRM because it was more niche and more relevant to me. And yeah, so that was the main reason.
Okay, so
So
anybody who
be
is
very
into,
sure. Yeah.
yeah. So anybody who is into finance, want to make a career into risk management, especially into financial institutions like banks, it will be very helpful for them. In addition, of
Yes.
course. Okay, so one question I'm pretty sure that you would have asked, you would have answered a lot of times is this one question that I get almost every single time is that मेरे पास तो यार maths नहीं थी, I was weak in maths. Is maths required for FRM? So what is your take on this? Like, should a person who's starting with FRM has to be a person who is like amazing in maths or it's manageable? What is your thought on that?
See, maths, you cannot undermine the importance of maths in this. That is what I feel.
Okay,
Because 20% ka weightage is only to quantitative
points.
analysis.
Totally.
So that speaks for itself. Then again, when you go to FMP, the entire curriculum is about pricing and valuation.
Yes.
Then you go into book four, it's about models. Even in book one, there is a separate section about CAPM and portfolio theory, portfolio management theory. So, what I feel is it's not difficult. Okay, the maths level that is there in FRM, it's not difficult. It is just simple application. And but if you are scared looking at the formulas and if that scares you ki alpha beta gamma delta theta dekh liya to dar gaye, and
Mhm.
if you're scared with that then you might need you need to cope up with that. So as such, maths is not very I won't say you don't need to learn about derivatives and integration and differentiation and all that, calculus and all, but basic ek aana chahiye.
ठीक है. Yeah, that's really true because if you want to get into finance, the basic maths, the basic accounts, so वो तो you should be well aware of, you should have an idea about. But ऐसा नहीं है कि you have to be कि रामानुजन बनना पड़ेगा मेरे को अगर FRM start करना तो you can
True.
start with
Yeah.
normal maths as well because eventually everything is done on the calculator. Formulas you are supposed to remember or just have it in your mind. उसके बाद उसकी बस
Right.
implementation होती है. So maths is
Yeah.
not that heavy कि maths आना ही आना चाहिए, but basic knowledge is obviously required definitely. So now I'll ask a few questions pertaining to the exam. So when you started preparing for FRM level 1, how much time did you spend in your preparation and what was the strategy that you followed? Like these two are very important.
So actually, since I am a working professional, I have to log in around 9 hours a day, though my office offers flexible work timing. So I set my routine and I started around 5, 6 months before prior. I started in December. Initially, I was planning the May attempt, but thankfully I opted for July and the exam happened.
Hmm.
So yeah, so I started in December with my classes. Now with the classes, there was this thing that we used to have weekend to weekend classes. So
Yes.
the strategy which I followed was trying to stay consistent. Now the first thing that you need to do is you fix your routine. Now being in a job, you have an advantage that you have to start work from this time, right? So I used to shell out around 3, 4 hours in the morning because that works the best for me. So identify your most productive hours of the day and uh, use that to your benefit. Weekend to weekend we used to have classes, and the weekdays I used to study and reconcile all my lecture notes with the study material so that I have one source of information. Then a strategy I would really recommend, because my starting point was actually Ishan's Quora answer, and then which led me to YouTube video of his. And that was very close to my style of studying. I used to take lecture notes, reconcile them over the weekdays, and then also maintain a separate notebook, jotting down formulas and concepts. And exam tak pahunchte pahunchte it reached micro notes of like इतने से पोस्टिट्स पे आप पूरा पूरा टेस्ट का क्या वो एरर स्टैंडर्ड एरर का कैलकुलेशन होता है एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा.
Mm-hmm.
सो दैट इज हाउ आई यूज्ड टू डू इट फॉर द एग्जाम पेपर्स. आई एक्चुअली आई हैड पॉसिटी ऑफ टाइम, सो मैंने बहुत ज्यादा क्वेश्चन बैंक्स में नहीं सॉल्व कर पाई, बट the GARP papers I thoroughly did. I did Schwezer question bank thoroughly, the mock papers, and usko bhi I used to give time to analyze it. So by the end of it, or end of my preparation phase, the last month, last few weeks, you can say, I was only focusing on sharpening whatever I knew already. That was more important rather than trying to cover more and more.
All right. And you used Schwezer only, not the official GARP.
Yes, I used Schwezer.
So basically, to summarize, guys, we are enough with Schwezer also. There is no need that we have to switch to GARP. Even when I was preparing, be it level 1 or level 2, I myself followed Schwezer and it works fine. There were few important points that Aishwarya mentioned, and some of them are really underrated, and one of them is being consistent. Like what majority of us, what we do is we procrastinate right till the end. We say, यार अभी 6 महीने पड़े, we'll study right in the end. 2 महीने होंगे, 3 महीने होंगे, हो जाएगा. So this is a mindset that could work for some, but generally it's a little risky. Be consistent. Even if you are giving half an hour for the first 2-3 months, you will not realize that you have eventually spent 50 hours of studies, and 50 hours is a very good time. You can eventually complete 1 or 2 books in that time. So be consistent. And as she said, have those micro notes. Eventually there are 800 or 1000 pages in level 1. It's very evident that not every single page will be highly important or of equal importance. You can have your own notes. You can write down the things that you feel are tough to remember or are difficult for you. It will really, really help you a lot. And at the same time, practice and mock. These are for, I think, for every single exam. These two are really, really valid. So Aishwarya, would you recommend the same strategy for the beginners also? Because you are a working professional. There are a few people who start at the age of 18, 19, 20. So same strategy works
Yeah.
for them also?
To a certain extent, I guess, because see, one thing which is very underrated is taking down notes. And people don't realize this, but there is a science behind it. The more you write during your lecture, the
The
higher
more,
your retention
yes.
is. So, and having your own notes is the best thing. Not even typing it out, write it out with your
Exactly.
own hands. So that is one thing. And कई लोग बोलते हैं मेरे को कि notes कैसे बनाते हैं, notes बनाना नहीं आता हमको. You can go to YouTube, you can go to Pinterest. There are a lot of hacks and tips on making notes. So you can pick that. I follow the Cornell method of making notes. So that is one thing that you can do. And जैसे जैसे आप रिवाइज करते जाओगे ना, आप देखोगे कि जो नेक्स्ट सेट ऑफ आपको लगेगा कि चलो ये तो बहुत ज्यादा हो गए लेक्चर नोट्स, अब इसको थोड़ा कम करते हैं, और वो
ठीक
कम
है.
होते होते वो अपने आप ही उससे साइज छोटा होता जाएगा. सो दैट इज वन थिंग. So you can definitely follow this strategy. That is one thing. Second thing is, please do fix your routine. That is very important to stay consistent. Then revision, uh, can't can't say enough. Revision is very important. Just stay in touch. कभी कभी ऐसे दिन भी आते हैं कि आप नहीं उठा पाते, बट उसमें भी ट्राई करो, आधा घंटा 15 मिनट एक बार शक्ल देख लो कल क्या किया था, नहीं तो वो ना फिर इकट्ठा होता रहता है तो फिर डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है, if it starts piling up.
Yeah, if it starts piling out to a
Yeah,
burden, stress बढ़ता रहता है, and then you can't focus, completely.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll just wrap it up with last two questions, and one of them is, a special question. Again, a lot of people ask it. So you are a working professional, you are in the industry. There is a one very common question that, if you are just a graduate, and if you do level 1, can you expect any job? Because I feel that you need at least level 2. So what is your opinion on that?
I believe the certification is completed only after level 2.
Yes.
And that is when the weightage is given to it. That is what I personally feel. I may be wrong, but I think you should do your own research regarding that.
Yeah, I think even after FRM level 1 or CFA level 1, there are not a lot of opportunities because almost everyone is doing it these days. So
Yes.
at least level 2, be it FRM or CFA, I think it's mandatory to get a decent job, a decent package, a decent profile. So with this last question, I'll wrap it up. So first of all, again, congratulations, Aishwarya. It's never
Thank
easy
you.
to, get first quartile in all the 4 subjects. Even I missed out in form. I think I had second quartile in form and first in the rest 3. So even I was very happy with that result, but eventually getting 1 and
Thank
all
you.
is like a top notch result. So I'm pretty sure that there were a few things that you did differently, and you did totally out of the box. So what would be the last minute tips, or just a few tricks that you could give it to our audience that they could implement while they are preparing for FRM?
See, last moment, so I would only suggest that whatever you have done, keep re-revising it. If you have certain questions or certain concepts, mark them in a bright color like a red or a pink color so that you can revisit them again and again and again. So
Yeah.
कि वो दोबारा गलत ही ना हो. One more thing that I did was list down your mistakes. चाहे वो कितनी भी stupid लगे, मतलब I was looking at my list today, and I had one of the points as check the sign of the Z score, because उसकी
Yeah.
वजह से पूरा normal distribution उल्टा हो जाता है. So it can be as stupid as that, but please do write down those mistakes and refer to it. It may come in very handy during the exam. Last moment, don't try to take on too much. Just focus on what you've done. And if you are a kind of person जिसको बहुत panic होता है, मेरे को तो honestly there is no end to panic in FRM till you get your result. जब तक result नहीं आ गया मेरे सामने तब तक मेरे को नहीं लगा. So try to inculcate some stress management for like 10-15 minutes in your routine. That will really help you calm down your brain throughout the journey, because it is taxing.
Yeah. Thank you so much for all the wonderful answers, Aishwarya. And guys, if you want
Thank
more
you.
tips and tricks to clear the exam, I have put up a video on YouTube already. I'll just put up the link on the card. You can go and check it out. And if you have still any questions, anything that you want to ask personally, you want a counseling call, you can always reach out to me. I'll be putting my social media handles in the description as well as in the pinned comment. So once again, thank you so much, Aishwarya, for taking time out and helping
Thank
the
you,
audience.
Chan.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks, guys.